Hey everyone, my name is Anders, and today we are going to go over a leveling guide for new players trying to reach level 61 without questing. This is a little tricky to do if you're on a brand new account like we are today, but it will serve as a guideline for you if you wish to level alt characters, to try out different classes in the game. Though I want to emphasize, you only ever need to do the main story quest line on one character, so if you really don't like questing, you have to go through it just once, but never again if you like. Also, this game doesn't need alts like certain other games. They are useful but not mandatory. Alts let you try out new classes, have characters at world boss spawn areas so you can just swap to them when bosses do spawn, things like that, but don't stress about needing to make alts. You actually don't need to. This video will guide you on where to go and where to grind to 61, and also go over some general PvE advice for grinding early on. Let's start by creating your character, your class. It can be a seasoned character or not, but if this is your very first character, 100% you want to choose the season character creation option. If you can, skip the tutorial, but you won't be able to if this is your first character, unfortunately, so keep that in mind. After the tutorial, you will be given 3 starting zone options on PC. On console, you don't have Mountain of Eternal Winter, so you'll have 2 options starting July 26 when you get Land of the Morning Light release. For this method and for your alt characters, I suggest choosing the Balenos starting area. As soon as you wake up, you will talk to the Black Spirit and then get the first quest. We are going to completely disregard this. We don't want to do quests. If you are on season, you will be restricted into what gear you can use if we do this. So basically, because we're not questing, almost nothing can be worn, which means we'll be running most of this leveling with starter weapons and nothing else. Later on, we'll get rewards that let us get season base gear, but we'll talk more about that when we get to it. Check the chapters in the videos so you can skip ahead to places that you're most interested in. For the first 5 to 8 levels, I'd say, head down the road from the starting area and you will see some treants, some foxes and wolves. Defeat these until you hit level 5 or 8. It shouldn't take you very long at all. Level 5 would be fine if this is an alt character for you. Level 8 if this is your first character. After you reach that level, we want to head to the Goblin area near Velia. This is the first main city you encounter. If you are a new player, you will not have the map unlocked, but you can see where the monster zones are, so just right click on the image of this goblin and you can also follow the path I take on screen to get where we need to go. I'm doing this on a brand new account, so you will have all the same tools I do while doing this, though I am doing this a bit backwards because we need to hit certain quest completions to progress in getting season gear naturally, but because we don't want to do any quests, I chose to see what we could get away with by just grinding without quest gear. Now, once we get to goblins, defeat them till you reach level 15. If you get here a little early, say level 5, and you're on a brand new account, you're going to struggle at first, but around level 8 or so, it gets easier to clear the enemies. When the enemy names are purple, it means they are much higher level than you, so you have an accuracy disadvantage. That's why as you level in an area, you'll notice you'll start clearing faster as the enemy names turn red, then white, then green, and then gray when you're way above their level. When you hit level 15, we are ready to move on. From here, we're going to need a horse to travel to the next area. There are events that give you free horses like right now, but in case you don't have one, we can go to Velia nearby, talk to the stable keeper, and click on the prompt at the bottom right of the screen that says the traveler's horse awaits. This will give us a free limited time use horse to get to the next area faster. These are available all the time from any major city stable keeper, but you can also run to your destination on foot if you like. We are heading to alter Imps. Again, if you don't have the map unlocked, right click on the image of the imp. Here, once you reach level 20, you can get back on your horse and move on to the next area. Before we do so, we want to head back to Heidel and use the little money we have to go to the central market NPC and buy a couple of things which will help us in our grind. We want to buy 1 destruction spirit stone. This is going to give us offensive stats. Equip this by right clicking and making sure you check that little box underneath so it refreshes the effect. You want to also buy 2 simple Cron Meals. Right click on the meal so you get the buff for 2 hours. Remember, when you buy things on the market, you have to first move your silver into the market, then buy the item, and then you have to move that item back onto your character through the market UI. Otherwise, it's just going to sit on your market inventory. Now is also a good time to use any XP scrolls you may have received for logging in, and after you've got everything you need, we can head out to continue the leveling process. The next area we want to get to is Bloody Monastery, so pull out your map and right click on the picture of the cultist. If your horse left you can go to the nearby city to ask for another one, or you can run on foot. Once you get to Bloody Monastery, park your horse near these NPCs near the fire and head into the fortress to start clearing the area. Here we're going to have to use a rotation of sorts to clear effectively, so follow the path I take. . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . . . . . . . . . . .
。 . .
So follow the path I take. We want to be here till we reach level 35. Level 35 will also unlock our ultimate abilities, which will be automatically used when your rage bar is at 100% and you use the correct skill. This will give us a boost of damage output for a minute after every use. The rage meter regenerates passively and as you get hit or clear out monsters. Once we reach level 35, we can travel to the abandoned land, which is west of our location, but we first want to head back into town and make sure our inventory is clear. We want to sell vendor items to vendor NPCs. We want to use the money we have to also buy church buffs. Talk to this priest NPC here in Heidel and take the attack buff that lasts for 120 minutes. The longer duration ones are also useful, but not necessary for us right now. Again, doing this is just going to give us more stats, which for us as a complete beginner account is going to make up for the fact that we don't have any quest gear at all at the moment. Abandoned land, like I said, is west near the Calfian capital in another region, but if you don't have the map unlocked, just follow the path I use. Park the horse outside the walls anywhere and go inside and start clearing monsters till you reach level 40. Here, it really shouldn't take you that long. After you hit level 40, you want to follow the path I show to get to Saunil Camp. Here, we want to park our horse near a hiding NPC and start clearing this route. Continue here till you reach level 50. At level 49, we need to talk to our black spirit and do a mandatory quest called Go Beyond Your Own Limits. If we don't complete this quest, we won't be able to level past 49, but once that is done, you can continue grinding to 50. Once you do hit level 50, you want to get on your horse, make your way to Helms Post to the east. If you don't have the map unlocked, just follow the path I use on the screen. As we get closer, we want to stop at Heidel and use the silver we got from the challenge rewards to buy some crystals. You want to buy 4 precision crystals, 4 Hoom crystals, the base ones that are 5 million silver each, and 4 Macalod crystals, again the base ones that are around 5 million silver each. These will give us accuracy and PvE stats, which will greatly boost our grind efficiency. Next, we need to talk to the skill instructor here, Crewhorn, in the same city at level 50, and every 2 levels after, we're going to be able to apply skill add-ons. These are really important. These are modifiers to your existing skills. You want to select a skill that you've been using a lot and select the extra AP against monsters and instantly recover mana options. These will help us with mana sustain and give us additional power for grinding. If you are running out of mana a lot, this will help, but also head to Lara and buy some potions to help with your mana and health sustain. This is honestly very class specific. Newer classes tend to be a lot better at resource management. Once that is done, we can continue on to Helms Post. Once we reach the NPC here, park your horse nearby and begin clearing in the rotation I show on screen. You'll also notice I chose the unicorn free dream horse we have right now for the event. One of the reasons is that they have a buff that gives you some stats for about a minute. It's not really a huge deal, but for us it helps to give a boost and additional clear speed for the starting rotation in these areas. We're going to be here till we reach level 56, which honestly shouldn't take you too long. Make sure to use any combat XP scrolls you have, refresh the ones that may have expired, or head to the loyalty shop and buy these 530 scrolls with 1 loyalty. You get 200 loyalty for just logging in every day, so everyone should have access to these. Once you reach level 56, you're going to unlock your awakening and succession quest. That's something we have to do, so head back to your horse, talk to the black spirit, and start the mandatory succession or awakening questline available to you. Some of these quests can be difficult with our current power level, so we want to first head to Tariff. This is a nearby town, and once we get here, we want to speak with the skill instructor. He will allow us to apply modifiers to our skills, just like Crewhorn did in Heidel. Since we leveled to 56, we now have 3 more skills we can add modifiers to. Each class has a unique set of add-ons you want at endgame for PvE and PvP, but generally at this stage, I would recommend focusing on skills you like using and taking the monster AP add-on. Attack speed add-on is also good, DP minus, the MP regeneration add-on. Those are all good choices. Those are going to be the most impactful for you as a new player. After you have the add-on selected, continue on with the questline to unlock both of your awakening and successions. Decide which spec you want to use. Awakening gives you a second weapon and a different style. Succession enhances your current abilities. I have a class guide going over my opinion on which is better, but no matter your choice, start investing in your new skills if you're in awakening or your prime skills if you're in succession. Now we want to level to 61, so we're going to have to head to the desert temple zone. Again, if you don't have the map unlocked, just follow my path. You can stop by the Altinova city to clear out your inventory. Just store anything you don't know what to do with and sell the vendor trash items. Use this money to buy beast drafts from the market, which will give us PvE stats to grind faster. We can also go to Fughar, the season NPC, and exchange timeless stones we have received for leveling a season character to 56. 56 for timeless ore to be able to get our hands on some base Tuvala gear from the blacksmith in the same city. Tuvala gear is our season specific gear that normally we would have received by questing, but since we don't want to quest, we can at least get the base versions fairly easily this way. We can also speak to the church buff NPC and refresh our buffs here. Once you've done that, you can continue on to the desert temple area, and again, just follow my path. From here, you can park your horse near this NPC and start clearing in the rotation I show. This is a very large loop, but as you level to 57, 58, 59, you'll grow stronger and be able to invest in higher level skills, so you'll start clearing faster and faster. There is a desert debuff that occurs from time to time, which is a long duration health damage over time debuff that can be cleansed if you have the right items. There are two that occur, one during the day and one during the night. If you're a Wusa like me right now, you can cleanse the day debuff instantly, but if you're not, simply keep an eye out for your health and use potions to keep yourself alive. The damage it inflicts isn't significant for you to worry about. Notice that despite us having basically no gear, we're clearing fine in this area, and that is because every zone takes into account your overall stats and not what is displayed as your attack power on your gear window. So the crystals, the skill buffs, the skill add-ons, food, elixirs, everything we're using is helping to increase our power level and grind this area without issue. From time to time, these gatekeepers will also spawn in this area, which I almost missed this one, so make sure to take them down since I have high chances of dropping the rare item drops in this area. It took me about an hour and a half or so to hit level 61 from 56, and once you do hit 61, congratulations, you're done. Before I leave you though, let's recap some important points. Simple Cron Meal, Beast Draft, Crystals, Destruction Spirit Stone, add-ons, and church buffs all contribute to your character's damage and survivability. The more of these you have, the better you'll grind early on. XP scrolls will greatly boost your leveling rate as well. 300% scrolls don't stack with 530 scrolls. Blue combat XP scrolls don't stack with sealed book of combat. Event buffs all tend to stack. Daily mercenary and daily hot time buffs all stack as well. Pretty much, if you're not sure if something will work with another buff, the tooltip is going to tell you exactly what will and will not work. Hopefully this video helps you reach 61 without needing to do any quests. It took a little under 5 hours to get there from a fresh account, playing very casually honestly. One of the bonuses of leveling like this is you actually get to try out your class rather than spamming quests or getting boosted by other people. You also gain a lot more skill points, which gives us the amount necessary to get all of our skills at level 60 and use the leftovers on weight limit increase skill, which is especially nice for new players. On a side note, I was testing doing this on a veteran account I have, but I noticed and forgot that veterans have passive stats on their account from unlocking journals over time, so when they start a new character, they have a ton of stats more than normal new players do. So I kind of had to rethink my approach and buy a new account to make this video possible in a way I think most new players will be able to follow. Obviously, if this is your second character, remember you can give them gear you already have and be able to do all of this way quicker than I did. The older your account gets, the more you do in the game, the more passive power you gain, so everything becomes a little bit easier. You can still follow the path I suggest in this video, but the time you need to actually do all this will be cut by more than half. Overall, I wanted to show that early on in the game, PvE leveling isn't necessarily hard as a solo player if you know where to go and how to properly buff your character. I'm working on a more fleshed out beginner guide updating some of the mechanics that have changed since my last guide, so stay tuned for that. For now, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and a little reminder, support your creator event is on right now. Every purchase you make, you can use code Anders. Capitalization does not matter, and at no additional cost to you, I'm gonna get a small kickback, which is always appreciated. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.